to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay. Public comment? Any public comment? Minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the April 10th, 2024 minutes.
I second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Treasurer's report, bills to be paid.
So Linda's notes are here. Very first. Unless you
It's not, it's on the back page. The first page. So yeah, the third page on here. The third page.
Sorry. The baseball game.
I think it's the next tab. Right, yeah,
That's
flip
it.
one.
Flip one.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. I do not. Do you?
No, but I didn't know if anybody wanted us to read it or not, if anybody had any interest. I feel like in the past, Tracy read these off,
Absolutely.
if you want to. Should we introduce Aaron for those of you that weren't at the workshop last week?
Yes.
Aaron started with us on Monday. This is Aaron Walliser, if you want to.
Good evening, everyone. I was appointed last week on Wednesday at the workshop as the new township manager. I have a master's degree in public administration from Villanova. I was the assistant township manager at Doylestown and then the borough manager at Collingdale. I'm looking forward to serving Upper Frederick here and getting to know the township better and making sure we run this efficiently and transparently for everyone in the municipality.
Okay. And did you want to read the treasurer's report? You want to give us
Or at
an
least
update?
highlights.
Or at least the highlights.
All right. This is the treasurer's report for Linda Major, our treasurer, dated May 31st of 2024. Revenue collections are at 49.76% of budget for the 5 months ended May for the general fund. Real estate collections are at 94.39% of the budget. Real estate collections are similar to the prior year, as the majority of collections are during the discount period. Real estate transfer taxes are only at 30.88% of the budget and less than the prior year by $13,622. The earned income tax, one of the larger revenue sources for the township, is at 47.25% of the budget, but slightly less than prior year collections. Interest income continues to exceed budget expectations. The interest income is at 88.63% of the budget and ahead of last year by $4,460. Total revenue collections are less than 2023 by $79,303. This is largely due to the timing of receipt of the PennDOT winter road contract revenue and the state pension revenue, which were received in February of 2023 for 2022, and the proceeds from the sale of fixed assets. In addition, permits are behind 2023 by $11,323. The expenditure paid are at 24.33% of the budget. Expenditures are less than budget expectations, however higher than the prior year by $5,637. Ivy Ridge expenditures exceeded revenues for the year to date due to emergency repairs totaling $18,145. In reviewing the report, there are some titles and headings that will be corrected in the future. Please note that we have 5 CDs that mature in August. We will need to update the resolution for signers so that we can facilitate further investments. Further, I usually like to, because the bills report is something we also approve here. The bills list is also included on the report. It's hanging out there if you would like to read it. The total bills for this month is $109,870.94.
I have a question, but go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question or not?
Sure, go ahead.
What are we spending
You got it, excuse me, first, could you step to the podium, name, address?
Deneen Rhodes Kratz,
Yes, ma'am.
2706 Big Road, Office. What are we spending $109,000 a month on?
This is actually a relatively small municipal expenditure. Believe it or not, it would put us on budget to actually be slightly under last year's spending for the budget overall. The majority of this comes from wages and benefits, followed by utilities and expenses for other municipal operations.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And just some examples are like we have a lot of mulch purchases this month for the playground. So there's, vehicle repairs, things
It's
of that
PICO
nature.
bills for water, sewer. It's, the dumping fees associated with that. It's basically all your business expenses that we incur.
Oh, okay. That's emergency services, Plymouth Community Ambulance.
But I don't think before you move on, we have to make a motion to approve
Motion.
payments.
Okay, yeah, so I make a motion to pay
I'll make the motion.
Go ahead. Unless you got it written right there.
Because well, you have to say the amount. So I
Yes.
make a motion to approve payment of the bills in a total amount of $109,870.94.
I second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Emergency services, Plymouth Community Ambulance. Anyone hear from them? Do we have a report from them?
Yes, you do. It's in the draft. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately.
So they submitted a call summary report from from Plymouth Ambulance. They had 26 total calls in the month. Year to date is 114. 15 of those 26 were to Frederick Living, and of the 114 year to date, 62 were to Frederick Living.
Okay.
So over 50, just over 50% of their calls are to the Frederick Living.
Okay. Fire company activity, current events.
Okay, for people who don't know me, my name's Doug Kenna, I live on Perkiomen Road. I'm the chief of the fire company. So right now we have, for the month of May, the fire company had a total calls of 14 for the month. We were in service 4 hours and 48 minutes. For the year so far, we're running a little ahead of last year. We're at 75 calls so far this year. Total hours in service for the year on these fire calls is 43 hours. And then we have daily routine hours for the month. It's for items like the Swamp Creek Stomp, Painting with a Purpose, St. Luke's Flea Market. We stood by at the Red Hill Carnival while they could do their thing, and we fought their fires if they had any. I understand a couple of our members went on emergency medical call with their quick response unit. Upcoming events, we have the Green Lane Yard Sale, which is going to be on 6/22/24 down at the park. And big purchase for the fire company this past month was our air packs. We got 12 air packs. We spent $92,000 on air packs for the fire company, just for 12 of them. And for people who know Jerry McMahon, we gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award, and he wasn't able to come to our awards banquet due to medical issues and everything. So on a Monday night, the fire company got together, got all dressed up. We went down to Jerry's house, and we notified his kids and everything. They thought they were having a picnic, but then the fire company showed up. We gave him his award, so he was really delighted about it and everything. So that's pretty much, the only other thing was for Plymouth Ambulance, I was hoping to thank them tonight. They reached out and invited the fire company to go to the Reading Phillies with them. They had the dugout area preserved, and so they invited us. We get along good with them, so some of the members went and had some food.
Thanks for the update.
Water sewer, Miller Environmental. Not here today, huh?
It's not here.
Okay. Looks like there's no issues with the plants. Closed for the month, everything seems like it always is here. Perkiomen Crossing, no issues to report there as well. Normal operations for STP. I guess it looks like he completed normal operations inspections, cleaning, including hosing, clarifiers, decanning, digester, removing grease bales, EQ tank, greasing blower units. Perkiomen Crossing alternated the wells, booster pumps weekly, kept chlorine day tank filled with the chlorine mixture. In Ivy Ridge, looks like he had done some repair to or reset and service the blowers there. They finished a new 100-foot poly tubing line for chlorine disinfection for storage tank, the fluid tank. Old tubing was clogged. Installed new chlorine pump, replaced head on the aluminum pump, grease blowers and such. So it looks like everything there is as it should be. Public Works, road report. That's you, Mr. Fellow.
For the month, we did the base repair on Swamp Creek, Kaiser Road, and Gazelle. On Kaiser Road, we replaced the cross pipe that was failing out there, so we were able to replace that. We did the meter reading for the month. We did some swell work on the Kaiser and Swamp Creek as well. Wayland Park, we did some work around the trail in the parking lot, but unfortunately somebody decided to mess up the parking lot again, but that's normal. The road mowing.
By mess up.
They just go in there and do joints and stuff like that. That's all.
Oh.
Road mowing, I do want to assure everybody that we are road mowing. It may not look it, but our road mower did break down. It was a failing hydraulic cylinder back there. It's all warranty yet, so that's good. So Lowe will be repairing that, and we will get back in the action for that. Friendship Park over here, we're trying to get that complete with the final grading and everything because they're having a party coming Saturday, so we want to get that all dressed up and looking pretty over there for everybody. But that was a project that is pretty much coming to an end. We just got to do some minor things here and there. We serviced the 35G excavator, the 350 utility, all the zero turns, and the overheat sensor for the John Deere. That was before it broke down, but that was warranty as well. So that's all fixed, and now we have another issue now.
Now the JD 5420 is down.
And get back out. I just want everybody to know, we'll get back out there. A few complaints for Knifer and Perkiomenville Road, but that is steep. I know it's pretty horrific when you drive down some of them roads on Little Road with the way the brush is, but that's a steep.
That's it.
Question?
Nah. Civil Engineers Report.
Okay, LTL's updated the engineer's report for the month of June, distributed to the township for your viewing pleasure. Really wasn't a whole lot to update except for the road project, and the road project, the notice to bidders is going to get sent in tomorrow. We'll go live, our ads will run Sunday and next Thursday, so we'll be live Monday morning, and I'll be bringing specs and plans to the township for the new township manager's use Monday morning, because I believe we've got a meeting anyway, so I just wanted to bring So, that's really about it. I met with Steve a couple of times out there, make sure we're getting done what he was looking for. A bunch of swales, some driveway cross pipes, some inlets, changing some problem areas, and then base repair essentially from 73 to Scioto, and then from Little up to Southwood Station. Also, by the way, the other thing we're going to include with that is your MS4 required bioswale, which will be nice because we're going to get the best bang for the buck you can get. Basically, we're going to include it, so you're not going to have to pay any extra mobilization or advertising or anything. We're just lumping it in there. We're doing it as a separate line item, so we'll be able to pull that out, and then you'll be MS4 compliant.
Perfect.
So, okay.
Do you mind me asking, we just approved the April 10th minutes, and at the April 10th meeting, you said you were just about ready to go to bid.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that was 2 months ago.
Yeah. Well, we
What
couldn't
was
make
the
the
delay?
we couldn't make the May meeting. I just couldn't get everything together in time between painting the roads and the amount of work, the plans and stuff. I just couldn't get everything together in time. So, and with your meetings already advertised publicly, they fall there. So if I miss that meeting, it's basically next meeting. But I will say that I've actually spoken with 2 different contractors about that, fortunately or unfortunately, with the way things are going with PennDOT, we should get very competitive prices because basically the contractor word on the street is with that bridge that burned in Philadelphia, it took up some PennDOT's money. So there's not a lot of road work going out PennDOT-wise. So your large contractors, your highway materials, your Allen Myers, all those guys, they're not paving from here to Pittsburgh or something like that. So then they basically have to drop down and they're wind up scooping up some what they would consider smaller jobs that otherwise some of the people that might be in our wheelhouse for this job would wind up doing. So that being the case, the contractors that we're looking to put this out to and send this to are pretty hungry. So that's a good thing for us. Not so good for them, but good for us.
Building inspector, zoning report, zoning unit report.
Do you want a report for John, or this is John's report?
Okay, I could read it over. I did not. He sent that in. I thought it was more like your fire report and stuff like
No,
that.
that's okay. That's okay.
Read.
Looks like he had 7 permits processed, did a whole host of inspections. Zoning issues have no updates from 3 items on the list that we've been talking about at these meetings. 1847 Perkiomenville Road, no update. 1716 Snyder Road, no update.
So 1716 Snyder has been secured, and the township is in the process of billing the property owner for the cost of boarding it up and securing the building. 1847 Perkiomenville is something that I am working with John on, so he probably does not have an update in there for that now, because we need to talk about it again.
Okay.
And I don't know what the third one is, but if you tell me, I'll figure it out.
1732 Becker Road.
I have a little bit of information for that, but not a whole lot. So I don't have a lot of history for that one. That wasn't in anything, it wasn't in the old solicitor's files. So I will put that on my list to talk to John to get you an update on both of those 2 properties.
Okay, that's how he left it on. This ends with saying the matter was discussed with the solicitor.
So can you tell me the second address again? I'm sorry.
1732 Becker Road.
Okay, thank you. And I have the other one for Perkiomenville.
Okay.
So we located the owner for the 1716 Snyder? Because I think we were all looking to figure out who the owner was and all that. As the last I remember in a meeting here, we didn't even know who the owner was. Weren't they living in Delaware or something?
What are you talking about, 1716 Snyder?
Yeah.
Yes, so it is somebody who doesn't live there. We have contact information for them, but we had provided them with all kinds of letters and warnings that they needed to secure the property. All the time periods had expired, so I told John and his crew that they could have, I think Steve's crew is actually the ones who went out and did it.
Okay.
And that we would then turn around and bill the property owner, and if the property owner, we give them so long to pay, and then if they don't, we would leave the property.
Okay,
Okay.
So that one is done. It's the other two that I need to work on now.
okay. And is the property secure now? Did
Yeah, we
you,
boarded it all up.
you completed
Yeah,
that?
we
Okay.
did. The bills were submitted in and the, Hello took the guys to do it.
Okay.
They're out of the way.
Planning Commission, we have one vacancy there. Is there anybody here from the Planning Commission? Give an update on what's, anything's going on there? So we did have one opening there. I think we did get one application in for that there. I didn't have a chance to review that.
No, we agreed at the workshop last week that we would accept applicants for the vacancy on the planning commission for the next month, and at the next meeting, anybody that submitted, we would review them at the next meeting.
I sent one in today too.
Oh, great, nice to see you.
Who said that?
Paul Christman.
Oh, yes, sir. Yep, that's the one I had. Okay. Central Perkiomen Valley Regional Planning Commission, Ms. Lisa, anything you got to say there?
I did not go to the last meeting. That was when I was away. Bob Marriott went to it, so we don't have an update.
Okay. Update there. Parks and Rec Board?
Hi, Tracy. I'd like to welcome Aaron to the fold. Hope you like it so far. Just to update you on a couple of accomplishments. We utilized some playground grant money, and we have a little climbing wall out there. Also, we bought mulch with it, and eventually to be installed, there's going to be some white vinyl fencing. Hopefully in the future, if we get more grant money, we'd like to put some benches for parents to, oversee their little brats. I don't have children. We also hosted the Swamp Creek Stomp, which, in case Aaron doesn't know, is a 5K race. And that was held on Mother's Day weekend, which for once we had a nice weekend, right, Kevin? Mm-hmm. We had about 50 runners, is that correct? Which is down from previous years, which was like 150 to a little over 200. We were told by the race timing officials that a lot of the race participation is down. Why, we don't know exactly. So if anybody has a brilliant idea to attract more people, love to hear it. We want to thank all the volunteers, including Sean, who is not here, and also congratulate Miss Fisher, who earned a medal even without taking a shortcut. So awesome! And she knew where the shortcuts were, and she helped with the cleanup of the trail. Also, we have 2 future events that are in the works in mid-September, I guess date to be determined. We're going to collaborate with Lower Frederick to do the movie night, which maybe you're familiar with, at Spring Mountain Adventure, the lower lot there. So again, that'll still be in the works. And on September 28th, we've scheduled Community Day. We're still looking if you have some ideas regarding themes, games, vendors, food, etc. If you do, you need to act fast. We can do some planning. Our next meeting, the Park and Rec Board, is on June 25th. We did have a suggestion box out there, but there was 0 suggestions about Community Day, so take what you get, I guess. Kevin, am I right in saying that they can make some suggestions on Facebook, or should we? Okay. Anyway, so we need currently, we haven't talked about it much except for how much work it is and what we are hoping to be able to do. We need to develop a task list with the new township manager so that various